At least at that distance.
Basically, when you're shooting at long range, you can double tap plus on the numpad to lock yourself in zoom. And I think it's a minus once will put you back into ordinary
just
state.
right clicking.
Yeah.
Right clicking will hold your breath. That's not something you want to do over a long time. What?
Yeah, if you right click you can cancel the double tap on the cluster thing. But the thing is that the red dot is bigger than the targets we're shooting at, so at least for me, at this distance.
Yeah, for me as well.
Yeah, it is long range without. I mean, this is a miracle for. That's why you have that spotter. You don't really see where you're shooting. You use that spotter to engage at long. I'm not expecting people to be able to single-handedly hit these targets without
you can
use of
targets. You can just
on the max range. Yeah, but it's going to waste a lot of ammo. It's not going to be effective range. Now, Jenk, you're on the right side here. What happened with that? Pilgrim's lost his connection as well. Right, we're gonna get 1 or 2 vehicles then. Hopefully, one unarmed, armored, and one well armored. While you're not engaging these targets, engage the contacts on the hill, on the left side there, by the ruins.
The vehicles are already here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just got one AT. Right, AT, take the first armoured vehicle.
Range.
250 metres away.
Missed.
Machine gun team, try and get the tyres.
You have to update the range a lot more.
Oh no.
Okay, that was a bit of a fail.
Civic
Reload.
vehicle.
Get ready
Magazine.
for another one.
Eyes on truck, engaging.
I've got armoured vehicle behind.
Raider, you need to direct your teams.
That's
They need to
got
be
it.
told when to engage that vehicle.
Okay.
Where's the desktop?
Eyes on another civilian vehicle.
That one go. Right, Seg.
No eyes on
Fair
that.
crack, whoever's left.
Yeah.
Engage the armoured truck, it's 300 metres away. Machine gun team, engage that white vehicle.
Hit.
Engaging.
No eyes.
This is also 350 metres away.
Magazine.
Is it done? Gone?
Lost eyes. Probably not.
Yeah, that tree is in the way.
It's now
It's disabled.
it disappeared. It's dead. Right, let's ceasefire. What happened with the rest? then?
Magazine.
I'm gonna go on your left side instead.
So when peeling, it's important to keep firing. If we're in open ground, only thing that keeps us alive is suppressing and neutralizing enemy threats, such as heavy machine guns, snipers, AT men, anything that carries firepower that can take us out in the open. Always prioritize anyone with a heavy weapon, anyone that carries a machine gun, distinct machine guns, light machine guns, anything that has more firepower than usual riflemen. Always target that first in this situation. Right, so when we peel, the person that's peeling will call out that he's peeling. It says peeling on the radio. No numbers, you don't need to do that, it's just going to confuse people. And you run over until you reach a an okay distance, probably the normal dispersion, 6 to 8 meters, on the right side of the man that's on the last edge there on the line. So you're basically moving the line from left to right, bit by bit. Any questions? Does anyone does anyone not understand this?
So make sure we say set when we should get to your position.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, call out set on the radio as well for the next man to move.
just to make this, so if I'm supposed to peel, I'm gonna stand up and run to the right.
You're gonna move behind the line.
Behind everyone.
Yeah.
You move behind everyone so you don't move into anyone's field of fire.
Okay.
In a situation in forest, for example, when we have spread out lines or staggered lines, I guess, a bit spread out into the cover, it's very important that you take a distance and don't run, even if you're sort of in line with some people. There might be people behind that, so make sure that you don't have any friendlies on your right side when you cross to the right. So make sure that you're firing as soon as you get down, and make sure that you sound off. And we only move one at a time, so make sure that you're sounding off. Make sure that you do, otherwise people are going to get confused and nobody's going to know what to do. This is a team effort and it doesn't work without communications. So make sure that you use the radio, make sure that it's always working. Make sure that you've got it on the volume that's required to hear every single order and every single contact port. That goes for you too, Raider. We shouldn't have the 152 on the volume at all. We shouldn't even have it. But just go to 1 or 2 sticks in the 152. Because when platoon talks, I give out orders. So you don't hear them because you're listening to 152s. When Chris is talking to me, I talk to you most of the time. Make sure that you avoid using the 152. Right, gonna be on team leader's call and the contact. We're gonna go peeling on the left side, and that's just the way you do it to the right side. This time, keep going until I tell you to stop. And when I say stop, just go to the position you're supposed to be. If you're in the middle of something, go to the position you're supposed to be. Right, Raider, it's up to you.
Contact tree line front. Start peeling left.
Peeling.
Run, mate, run. Sprint it.
Set.
Peeling.
I want to hear more machine guns going on.
Set. Peeling. Set.
Peeling.
Using terrain is critical in open ground. If you've got an elevation advantage, use the crest to cover your silhouette. Well, not silhouette, your body.
Set.
Peeling.
We're going to try and give it a smoke screen, and you're going to use the smoke grenades and you're going to throw it up in a 45 degrees sort of. You're going to try and throw it as far as you can. About 45 degrees so everyone gets a perfect line, and you fire it forward, not on the sides. You just get from your position just straight forward. If you see what the guy on the left is aiming for, aim to the center where it's supposed to be. Basically, try and get in the center of everyone. If you're on the sides, just try and keep it together on the left side of the person on your right. We're gonna give it a try. We don't have that many chances, so let's give it a try. We're gonna try and create a line of smoke rather than having split smokes, 3 smokes at one location, 2 at one, and 1 at another. That doesn't really cover a field. It doesn't really do anything for the AIs. So get your smoke grenades ready and get the angle. You need to be in the same crouching or proning because you have different throw animations for that. So in this case, probably proning actually. In this case, open ground proning. Don't crouch to throw a frag or to throw a smoke, because you don't really need to throw it that far. You're just going to cover your concealment. In this case, we can do that and then start peeling, and we'll have more cover. However, of course, that's a disadvantage as well, because you will not be able to use your firepower as effective as you might be able to do out in the open without smoke. The question is, who gets the most disadvantage? The players or the AI? I guess it's probably the players. But it looks cool as hell, so let's give it a try. 45 degrees up, sort of, and smoke out, I guess.
Smoke out.
Smoke out.
Smoke out.
Smoke out.
Another smoke out.
Actually, let's throw another one here. fill the gaps. Wait for the smoke to fill.
Looks nice.
Ah, somebody fucked up on the left there's a gap. Right, well, it looks really good. We might be able to use that in TVD, I guess, but then again, it requires a lot of pre-planning. But in most cases, just throw the fuck forward, try and land it somewhere, you know, in a mix, so you can have a screen rather than a few dots of white stuff. Right. Smokes out. Ready to engage.
Contact.
Contact front.
Right, form line. Get a line up. Engage the
line,
same
brother.
target line. Get parallel to people. Don't run in front. You'll get in people's fire range or lanes of fire. Right, I guess you can react to shooting at smokes, but individual soldiers are a bit harder to pick out. You don't have smokes, but you do have each other, and you do have contact reports. Detailed and quick ones. Try and narrow down the field of view of each player, each individual in the squad, to make sure that he knows where the target is. Saying quarter left makes it, instead of a 180-degree sector, would rather be a well, 45-degree, I guess. So make sure that you always do contact reports, either quick ones or detailed ones. You don't have to be perfect with detailed ones. Just make sure that everyone in the squad knows where the contacts are. And every squad in this unit is very terrible at doing contact reports. It's always missed. This is why you need to keep calm. And while you're doing it, if you do it and practice it in, you're going to get everyone else calm. If everyone is doing their job properly, there shouldn't be much casualties. It should be a perfectly good teamwork. So make sure that you do, at each point, call out contacts, call out when you've taken them down, sound off when you're reloading. You don't have to do that on the radio, but reloading is also good. If someone that's next to you, that's not somebody that's, you know, 2 positions down the lane, the one person next to you, if he reloads, you can pick up the fire a little bit if you feel that you need to. This is just to compensate for that small duration, which is no more than 2 or 3 seconds, to get a new magazine into the rifle, where he starts firing again. Any questions on this little procedure right here?
No.
When I call bounding, the first team goes, they start running. I call out bounding first, then the radio doesn't have to be done twice. Just scream or whatever, if you're a team leader. Make sure that everybody knows that they're running, and when they're going down, you don't have to say that on the radio either, just scream it out that you're going down. When everybody's on the floor and ready, everybody's firing, then the team leader will call set. No, there shouldn't be any time before that. Obviously, if we take casualties on the way, that means people need to stay aware of your teammates. Keep behind your teammates, and anyone who drops will be, you know, checked up after the action or whenever you can. Make sure that you always have your buddy team, and that's always the person you check out for. Anytime you're in combat, you are in charge of checking each other out, which is your buddy. Sound off.
Yeah, Alpha could use some mags.
Yeah.
How many need?
I'll bring the bullets to you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Keep
I
watching
got
the
about
sector until I drop you ammo.
60 rounds, so I guess in total, nah, maybe.
There you go.
Cheers.
There you go.
Bravo's good for ammo.
Thanks.
That's
Right, standing back. Right, check all weapons. Semi-automatic, don't waste the rounds, just do the deliberate fire. We're just showing off. We're going to practice the technique and moving forward and keeping on your half of the fucking moving line, because that doesn't always happen. That needs good coordination, good teamwork, and a lot of communications, which is the key to everything. Alpha gonna start then. We're gonna bound about. We're gonna actually sound off a little bit. I'm up. He sees me. I'm down. The time it takes for you to say that is the time you should be down there on the ground, firing back. Actually, we'll use that radio procedure, which is down. You say down on the radio, which means that the next team that's gonna bound is going to crouch, get ready to move. Because as soon after, it shouldn't be a set that's being called, which means that all the teams are in the set, all the members of the team are set. That is up to every individual to do perfectly, because if you fail there, you're going to delay the team, and the people that are waiting to move out will be crouching and sort of exposed. But we need to get ready to move out as quick as possible. So make sure that the team always sticks in a very good line. Sprint if you have to, but make sure that you land next to your squad leader. And of course, when you're down set, next guys start moving, bounding, and you move in a shoelace fashion until we reach the peak. If you want to, you can fire on the ground, but try and be as precise as possible. So if you shoot a piece of dirt, shoot that piece of dirt again. Right, everyone set.
Yep.
Let's go.
Right. Alpha's bounding.
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 Down. Down.
Down.
Set. Radio.
Down. Set.
Bounding.
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 Down. Set.
Magazine.
Set.
Right, cease bounding. Thanks for watching. Please give me the love and hit that like and subscribe. The unit that I play with always long for new people. If you feel like you've got the guts and the style to join, then hit us up at our website. Now that's linked in the description. Thanks for watching.